Yes, we are the Ad Astra Boys, and we too are guilty of 34 counts of awesomeness. Over here on my left is the Joe Hooters, and over here on my right is the original T.I. And if we combine our rings together, we combine the forces of the Ad Astra Boys.
That was probably the gayest shit I've done in a minute.
Yeah, I did. I was like, why am I doing this? I felt forced into it.
You know, I didn't think you guys would do it. So I was going to like make fun of that. Like, come on, guys.
I was like,
whatever.
You know what? I'll just edit this part out.
Did it?
Give Walt what he wants.
And I was like, huh. And we have no rings on. Huh.
Yeah, no rings.
Oh, well.
Come on, ring right there.
All right, here we are, the Ad Astra Boys. We've been gone for a little bit, but we are back now, and we have a lot to share. This past week, not too much, but we are heading in to a brand new June of 2024, and we have a lot to cover with the Royals and the Chiefs off-field situations, and little bits of here and there, but good Memorial Weekend. So hey, let's kick it off.
So before we get started, let's have two tidbits.
Sorry about that. Yeah, your boy, right?
Yeah, 14U AA KC Monarchs win another tournament. They took down the Crown Town Challenge out there in Missouri a couple weeks ago, and then also the 8U Aces went undefeated in the spring season at 3-2. So both Joey Mullets and Adonis.
Joey Mullets and Adonis.
My bloodline is very good.
Your offspring is off-springing.
They are. They're doing pretty good these days.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought you said you had a second.
I said them both.
Oh, okay. All right. T.I., anything else you want to share this past couple of weeks?
No, I figured we could just jump right into the show.
So what did you eat at your sister's barbecue?
Hot dogs?
Yeah, hot dogs and hamburgers. For good old
Memorial. Put some relish on that hot dog?
What did you have? Not that anyone really gives a shit that's watching, but
I had hot dogs and hamburgers.
Oh, well, there you go.
And corn on the cob. Uh-huh. Did you put some relish on your hot dog?
I mean, she had a lot of other stuff that she was up. Of course not. That's terrible. So, hey, I'm gonna need your password again. So,
well, I can't.
You can't say it.
Write it on your pad,
idiot. So, I don't know, how the inflation's whatever, but I don't know why, but relish went up 80%.
80?
Yeah,
dude, they're ripping off. They're
like
ripping us
relish?
off on everything right now.
I don't mind relish every once in a while on my hot dog, but goodness gracious, why the hell did that go up so high? Are we slacking on?
Dude, aluminum foil. I was looking at aluminum foil yesterday, and I was like, man, I remember like the cheapest aluminum foil you can get for like 99 cents. Well, now the cheapest one is like, okay, it's like $2.25 at Hen House. Yeah, and then everything else was like $5 and up. I'm like, it's fucking aluminum foil.
But
anyways,
not to get off a sport.
We're getting off. Yeah, we're getting off subject.
But all these, inflation prices, and companies are having their highest, profit margins ever. Yeah, it's just an excuse. The whole COVID thing.
We need to bring down the man. Did you hear about
Joe Biden?
Did you hear about there's a McDonald's up there in Connecticut, whatever, that the McDonald's Big Mac value meal was over $20?
I'm not surprised because it is like $12-13 to go to McDonald's now for like a value meal. Yeah.
And then McDonald's came back and said, "Look, man, in our defense, that's Connecticut. That's one franchise compared, it's like $10 now. So shut up." So I'm like, "All right, Mr. McDonald." Yeah. All right. So do you know why?
You don't know him on a first name basis? You didn't call him Ronald?
No? That's a fictional character. He's
the owner of the company, Ronald McDonald. It's his name. It's his legacy.
Did you see a Hamburglar came back? He's on commercials now.
Yeah,
Rubble.
He talks about the Big Mac. Yeah.
I don't understand why Ronald McDonald would have a friend like him. He's constantly stealing from you. He doesn't pay for shit. He takes your freaking burgers, Ronald. Why would you befriend this guy? Now,
sometimes you don't get to pick
Mayor
your
Big
friends,
Mac,
right?
That's
sometimes
true.
You don't pick your friends, man.
Sometimes your friends just won't leave. So, yeah, we have some Hamburglers in our crew.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, what do you want to kick off with?
I don't think there's very much Chief stuff, but I do want to touch on the Ray Rice situation. I was been a few weeks. So we all know the charges got dropped. The victim, who wasn't a victim, recanted everything he said.
It was a misunderstanding.
But here's my thing. If we wouldn't have had the first incident, would there ever been a second incident?
I think so.
No, because he opened himself up to that first incident. Now he opened himself up, and now people were kind of targeting him.
But without that first incident and whatever happened at that club, and he got popped in the face, and they realized who this person was, you don't think it would have went viral, or we wouldn't have known?
I think he's
Rashid Rice.
I think the guy took a shot because he's like, oh, this dude's already been in the headlines. He's already, maybe he didn't even know who he was if he didn't, wasn't in the headlines for, a bad situation. I just think if we don't have that first one, then we definitely don't have the second one.
So obviously he must have somehow, some way, he must have got a money bag. I don't know. There's no way that you do a report like that. You go through all this process, and then everybody knows you now, knows Russia. It's all in the headlines, and then all of a sudden you decide to drop the charges, and you're like, man, you know what? That didn't happen.
Well,
Whoopsies.
Something happened.
Well, I do know this. He's definitely going to be a chief this year and next year. I believe he's going to stay with the organization.
Yeah.
They're locked in on him.
Well, yeah.
He was at the Mavs game recently with both Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes was there as well.
No, he wasn't.
No,
Yeah.
That was Holiday Brown.
Yeah, that was Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown. No, there's a picture, I'm pretty sure. Well, we'll see. There was a picture, I'm pretty sure, of Rashid Rice and Travis Kelce at the Mavs game together.
That was Hollywood.
No,
Brown.
they are making sure that he is nowhere near them in public because they would get the backlash.
But he is going to be a chief. I mean, unless he does something else stupid. But I think for right now, I think as long as he stays on the clear, get this other thing knocked out.
And did you see what he decided to do this past week? He was kind enough to hand out water and Domino's pizzas to the homeless.
Rashid Rice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Good for you. I mean, you did this whole spectacular video, edited, music and shit, whatever, instead of
PR work.
Yeah, a lot of PR work. and you're handing out, hey, man, hey, good for you. But I think this is just me. I would have said, hey, to my friend, go around the corner. I'm going to start handing out pizzas. You be anonymous, like you recorded me. Like, hey, is that Rashid Rice? Who's that brother over there? Who's that guy? And then, oh, no, you post it and like, hey, man, aren't you Rashid Rice? Yeah. And then play that whole role like you trying to be humble. But for you to create an entire video and edited video with music and pyrotechnics and like, here's pizzas and waters for everyone.
PR work, man. He has to do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a correction, right? So they actually all three were at the same game. Rashid Rice was there, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce. However, they did sit away from Rashid Rice. The picture that I saw was them back, they did see each other, in the hallways, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And they did take a picture together. So there was that.
Well, I didn't see the Rashid Rice one. I did.
So they ain't afraid to be caught in a picture with them.
Right.
Well, at least Travis Kelce didn't.
Yeah. Well, Travis Kelce got booed at the Mavs game.
Well, that's because of the whole Pfizer 2.0 shit that they say about him.
Because the owner,
because he's linked. There, dude. Yeah, he's linked to the Democrat side just because of that. There's like this big conspiracy theory that
Mark Cuban, right? No, who's the owner of the Dallas?
Yeah, that's Mark Cuban. It's Mark Cuban.
I mean,
so why was he booed?
Well, it wasn't Mark Cuban that was booed.
No,
Travis
Kelce. Why was he booed?
I believe he was booed because there's a lot of people that don't like the fact that he did that two things at once commercial.
No, that's not it.
I'm trying to tell you, there's a lot of people that don't like him for that, dude.
That might. I mean, I don't know why else.
I would think because he's a Kansas City player, and you're in Dallas.
No.
He's there with Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes got the roof blew off the top when he stood up.
Dude, they call him Pfizer. They call him Pfizer 2.0. That's
I know. I know all that.
So there's a lot of people that hate him for that. That's the biggest reason, in my opinion.
But
what's your reason? Or your speculation?
Because he's Travis Kelce and he dates Taylor Swift, and he's a Kansas City player, and they there's Dallas Cowboys fans in there, so they boo him. But you're saying, well, they didn't boo Patrick Mahomes. Well, because he's the best quarterback out there. I don't know, but I don't see how half of the stadium, more than half of the stadium, like, oh, there's that fucking Pfizer guy, including children, and
oh, the children were booing too.
I don't know.
But that's
You
what
said
saying.
including children,
Right? Including children, I don't know, booing, and like half the stadium were booing.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Couldn't say.
Right. Did you hear Andy Reid's little thing on Ray Rice?
No. Ray Rice?
Yeah. You said that
Ray
earlier.
Rice.
You said Ray Rice earlier too. I was just like, maybe I heard it wrong, so I'm not going to say nothing.
Did I say it earlier too?
Yeah, you did. You did. Because I was going to say something. I was like, maybe I heard it wrong.
I probably did. Remember?
I guess I just keep on seeing that video of Diddy and thinking of Ray Rice too.
Yeah.
It was very Ray Rice-ish. It was very, very Ray Rice-like of him.
No, he told the media, like, well, I don't like a lot of things you guys do, but I still let you in here.
Then the media was like, I don't know if that was a knock on us, like he's trying to be funny, or at the same time he was trying to be serious. And so some of the guys on A10, they're like, I think he was being both. I think he gave us a knock and he was being serious, like, I don't like shit that you guys say, but yet here you are. I still let you guys in my room.
Well, you can tell sometimes Andy Reid gets annoyed with the questions.
If you're gonna keep pummeling me with these questions, if I come here and you keep pummeling me, that's his favorite word, pummeling.
We won't have you guys in here.
What was the controversy back then? Pummeling me about that.
Was it Eric Berry being hurt? It was something, or somebody got in trouble.
Somebody I think it was like somebody who sat out or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So it's funny because this is his response to this. They're talking to Travis Kelce about him being booed, right?
Okay.
And so when they said, why do you think he was being booed? And he's like, I'm really not sure. I don't know. Maybe they don't like the Chiefs. But then it's to your point, because right after that, it goes right to Patrick Mahomes, and then the crowd erupts. Well, first of all, because he is from Texas, they love him down there for what he did down there.
There's a good point.
Yeah. And he didn't do a Pfizer commercial.
Oh,
that's the other reason. Well, it's like they wouldn't boo his teammate for no reason because he was a Chief. Like they would at least give Patrick Mahomes that respect.
He's from Cincinnati. Of course,
a lot of people said that he sold.
Patrick Mahomes. He's from Texas.
A lot of people said that and I don't agree. Go get your bag. A lot of people said that he sold out when he did that Pfizer commercial. He got paid $20 million for that commercial. I don't blame him for doing it. It was more than what he makes playing football in a season.
I'd have done that shit too.
I would have done it. I was like, hey, two things at once. Where do you want to like?
We'll do it for $10.
Well, now we're gonna get haters for this, but hey, I don't got $20 million.
Well, ever since COVID hit and you got the shots and you got the no shots, so there's the two sides. But why would they call him a sellout? Because he went from one side for 20 million, or
because it's just a big thing. There's a lot of people that didn't like the COVID mandated shots because that was that in some states. It was that for some professions, right?
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a big backlash to that to further understand why they're booing him.
I would think the booing is either from the Pfizer. That's a good point, or because he's got super popular lately because of Taylor Swift.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting.
I think one of the two.
Yeah. Maybe, but there's a lot of videos on YouTube about him where people. But that's how I know. I'm pretty sure. Because they take a lot of digs at him for that on YouTube videos and stuff.
Xavier Worthy, welcome to Kansas City. Do not park your car outside. You gotta get a garage.
Live and learn. If it's a garage nice car,
or you would think by. I mean,
get
would
you a 4Runner.
He have a fancy car?
He should get a 4Runner. They're hard to steal. I think he had a Dodge Charger of sorts, probably a souped up one.
Yeah, he had the top line,
the Hellcat.
Yeah.
Are they still able to steal those?
Do you know who else?
They're able to steal a lot of cars, bro. They're getting.
They said it was a professional job
now.
They said it was a professional job.
Yeah, professionals figure out all that stuff.
So you know who else Hellcat got stolen? Frank Henderson.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I just saw on the Facebook the other day. Sorry, Frank.
Well, damn, Frank. I hope they find your car, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thirsty.
So, all right. So we're on the Chiefs. Xavier Worthy. So what do you guys think as far as his role as a rookie? If Rashee Rice doesn't start this season, do we see him starting as a potential slot receiver, or are they going to put Hollywood there, and where would they put him?
I think he's going to be this. I think he's going to be more of like kind of the gimmick guy. We talk about the gimmick guy. long runs, make some end arounds. Things
hand
like
him out
that.
ball out in the
Yeah.
backfield. Yeah,
Try to get him the ball in space. And
That's
stuff
what they
like
always
that.
do with the rookies. Yeah, they always start that with the rookies to kind of get them acclimated into the playbook with the little trick plays and stuff like that. But then you have Marquise Brown on the outside. Well, who's going to be on the other side?
Man, if Rice doesn't play, man, I think we're kind of have a little issue.
a little bit of a pickle. Yeah. I mean, but we do got Marquise Brown, so that does help lift us up a little bit. Because if you think about it, we did well with the weapons that we have and Rashee Rice last year, right? We didn't have Marquise Brown, so really, what it is right now, it would just be a substitution of him for Rice at the moment. It's like how are we going to be with him versus how we were with Rashee Rice? But man, them on the field together, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. And throw Worthy out there too. All that speed.
Oh yeah, that speed. Someone else for them to have to worry about.
Yeah.
They'll have to potentially put a spy on him because he's doing those runarounds in the backfield just as a decoy, or he's actually not the decoy.
So listening to the morning shows and whatever ESPN shows and Fox, whatever, what do you think the outcome's going to be with Rashee Rice then, as far as suspensions or games go this?
I'm going to say 6 tops. That's where I'm at.
You know what? Yeah, I think since the other thing got dismissed.
Yeah.
6 to 4. 4 to 6. 4 to 6. I think maybe I'll start out at 6 and then I might reduce it to 4.
Do you think the investigation in
I'm thinking he's getting 4 no matter what.
Would be done by the time the season starts, or would it still be pending?
Man, that's a good question too.
They're probably you're talking about the investigation in court, right? Not the NFL investigation.
The police investigation? No, I'm talking about the law investigation.
Because they're not going to make their move until after they see what the final verdict is. I think
so.
Well, according to fucking, they have to.
Yeah,
they can't.
Because you got to think about what he did was careless, sure, right? And thank God no one got very seriously injured. I mean, there was some serious injuries, right? But no life-changing injuries from
serious,
what I heard.
But not seriously. Are those 2 different levels?
Well, yeah, good point.
One had LY.
Yeah. So there's levels. There's levels to this.
The more letters they have is the worse. The worse it gets.
And sometimes the louder you say it, there's
right.
another indicator.
Now, do not say seriouser because that's deadly.
That's the most serious thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Seriouser.
I know, I mean, he has some lawsuits against him, so there was some injuries.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. I was thinking maybe 6. What's the season now? How many games?
17 games.
17, but I think they're pushing for 18.
How about half?
Yeah, but that's not until 2030.
What, 2030?
Yeah, it won't be until 2030 or sometime in the future.
So 17 games. So they'll suspend him for what? 8.5?
Okay. So the Chiefs PR has been working pretty hard this offseason, right?
Yeah. What's the deal with the dog incident? Dog? The dog incidents. They brought up 2 new Chiefs players that are in trouble now of more shit.
Well, okay,
and what the fuck are these guys? They're both the practice squad.
Yeah, so the guy in the practice squad, so I could shed some light on that. So the guy in the practice squad, he had 2 dogs on a home that he owned in, I forget the state now, but at the home that he owned, there was 2 dogs on the back porch. The home was abandoned. The dogs were there. They didn't have any food. They didn't have any water, and they were malnourished. Here's the thing. So he's being held responsible because he's the owner. However, it's not his dog, and he's not the person that had been living there. So the person that had been living there, they're the ones that abandoned the dog. I mean, I hope it's not a relative. That'd be really shitty if it was. But it could be really squatters. It could be whoever that was is a piece of shit. Let me tell you.
Bugs, Dougs.
Fucking assholes.
So yeah, no. So he was renting out this house. He was renting it out, and then he skipped out on like $1,300 of.
He has even more details
of rental. So the guy that owned the house, he was trying to reach out to him, whatever, and he got skipped out, whatever. So then the neighbors were complaining like, "Hey, there's 2 dogs out here on the porch. I don't think nobody lives here." So the police were called. Went out there. They were very malnourished. 2 dogs on chains in the back porch. So they took care of them, whatever, and realized, okay, the renter was our Chiefs player. I forgot what his name was. I should have wrote it down.
He was the renter or
he
the
was
owner?
He was the rentee, the renter. Renter, yeah. No, he was the
Oh, no.
renter.
He was a renter because the rentee is the person renting.
Right.
Oh man,
He didn't own the house. He was renting.
UFC 500 up
Yep.
here, buddy.
There you go.
He was renting the house, and then he skipped out on rent. And he owed a lot of money on rent, and so he comes back and said, "I don't own those dogs. I've never seen those dogs before. Those aren't my dogs. Those are their owner's dogs, I bet." So now they're thinking, okay, well, the owner decides, you know what? Fuck this dude. He owes me money. I'm going to have these dogs sitting back here, and I'm going to, but he's not the one who called 911. So it's kind of far-fetched that a person will be so evil to leave dogs out there malnourished to blame it on a Chiefs player just to get $1,300 back or whatever.
Oh.
I think the person's just an asshole in general.
So there's further
Yeah.
speculation that he's being targeted because he has I believe, and there might be a correction here, but some type of lounge, like I think maybe like a hookah lounge.
There was a hookah lounge, and then the city, he owned a hookah lounge, and the city was like, shut down your hookah lounge.
All this
it sucks.
from a practice player.
From a practice player.
Yeah,
So I guess it was
He's
against
busy,
city
man.
ordinances,
Yeah.
and then he was like, all right, fuck you guys,
Making
so
moves.
they burned out. And then now they're thinking that the city was
They're trying to
target
tarnish his
him
reputation.
or something, whatever. Yeah, reputation as a practice squad player that nobody even knows. And then they brought up another practice squad player that got in trouble for something else. There's this weed shit with the other two players that are actually
I heard
on
about that. Yeah.
on our roster. I don't even remember the two names. It wasn't
neither.
that big.
Doesn't matter.
So they got possession of marijuana. Oh my goodness gracious! So now everything starts coming out. Here's another Chiefs player that's in trouble for what? Not really nothing. It just keeps on piling up. It's just dumb shit that trying to give us a black eye because we will three-peat and you all are hating.
Yes,
And I don't think any of that other stuff's sticking. The only thing that's only looking ugly so far is the Rushy Rice thing. Everything else, I think, is so far under the radar. Like internet, like outside of us and maybe Kansas fans, like no one knows about that.
But I
shit.
beg to differ because when it comes to cruelty to
Oh,
animals,
the dogs.
oh
It could be.
goodness gracious!
Oh, PETA's
Oh,
all
you
over
could kill
this.
a person and like, well, what was he doing out there? But dogs? Oh my goodness! You want to put
Innocent
somebody
dog?
behind bars for a lifetime and
Wow.
or
won't
electric
happen.
chair? Oh goodness gracious! You get a jury of dog lovers? Oh fuck yeah! You're
I think
done.
usually you get 3 years. And
Yeah.
then-
Or if you listen to Walsh, you might die in the
After 3
in
years,
the,
electric
in
chair
the electric chair,
for not giving
and
wet
they'll
then-
euthanize
food
you
to a
at
dog.
the same time.
and then of course you have Harrison Buckner.
Butker.
Buckner. However you say his name,
What's
right?
going on with you today?
Buckner.
You finally start drinking on one of our podcasts, and then that's what you come out with.
I mean,
Yeah.
he made some statements that was his opinion, his
Yeah.
lifestyle. It would not be what I would tell my daughters, but everybody.
But you
has,
also got to think of the crowd he was speaking to, right? That's one
Right,
of the
no, he spoke his opinion.
a foundation of some of the beliefs they have, not all of them. But
he spoke his opinions, and that
Yep.
was and his lifestyle.
that's why we live in America,
So,
man. You can
absolutely.
speak your opinion. You don't agree with it. That's you speaking your opinion. And here's the thing, like for the people that tried to like penalize him, like, oh, they should kick him off the team. Like those are the idiots. Those are the assholes, right? It's like, hey, he had his opinion. You disagree with him. Cool. Voice your opinion. But like
Yeah,
call to
why-
get him fired, or there's a city employee that got fired. I'm sure Waltz is gonna fill us in more on that because I don't have all the details.
So there was an
but-
idiot city employee that decided to tweet on an actual Twitter page of KCMO and said, "Oh, by the way, Harrison Bucker lives in Liberty or named
Did he give
another
his address?
didn't give
Yeah.
an address,
Lee
but,
Summit, I thought.
but yeah, right. I think it was Lee
I
Summit.
think it does live in Lee
Yeah.
Summit. One of
It
Ken's
is,
neighbors.
By the way, he lives
yeah.
in Lee Summit, and